So y'all come on in the room. We finna have this part 2 of Dish, okay? So come on in the room. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Make sure you already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things. I'm finna go heavy with YouTube, so I hope you guys go ahead and hit the notification bell of every time I decide to upload a video. You'll get a notification. So anyways, just a recap from part 1. They was giving me all of these points because of their equipment, and they was trying to blame it on me that I was doing something to their equipment. I had electrician come out here, and I paid him $275 to check all of my equipment, well, all of the electricity, and he said it was fine. Okay, so keep all of this in mind because it's gonna come up to play in this part. So and wait, just a side note, I'm not so mad because I took this morning and it's kind of like soothing me right now. But you should have seen me this morning when I woke up and got ready for work. Voila, I was getting ready for work, and this is what happened. So I can't remember where I left off in part 1, but where I did leave off is that I had to have a meeting with them, and it was a lot of people in that meeting, let me tell you. And to this day I still feel like that meeting is pointless because yeah, I just feel like it's pointless. So at that meeting, it was me, my lawyer, it was the UPS people and their lawyer, and it was Dish and their people, so, and also my coach. So we're in the meeting, and I'm telling them like what's the issue, why I called this meeting to be had in the first place is because UPS was sending my packages to other people's houses, blah blah blah. Now before then, if you watch part 1, which is going to be in the the description box, and I probably will also put it in the comment section, they was not trying. I already had a meeting with the UPS people, and honestly, I kind of know why it was sent to another person's house, but I'm not gonna throw Dish under the bus, okay? Well, fuck it. The tech person who took my information had it under a whole nother address. We have 2 roads that was kind of named the same, so if you're not careful, it'll send it to that address that is not my address. So we have Wade Road, then we have Wade Harris Road, and Wade Harris Road is like 30 minutes from me, in the middle of town. If you guys don't know, I stay in the country. I'm not near town. It takes me 30 minutes to get to town from where I stay. So anyways, so that happened. So my equipment went out a second time, and then I called IT, and that's when they started telling like, hey, it's probably like, I feel like he was trying to say it's something I'm doing to the equipment, but how can I do something to the equipment when, you know what I'm saying, like it's not, I don't know. So moving along, this is when part 2 starts. So for some reason I was having like a conversation with one of my friends, and he told me it's not my fault, I shouldn't be nervous. But for some reason I was so nervous going into that meeting. Not nervous because of all the people, I was nervous about what I was going to say. But I feel like I handled it as grown as possible, as professional as possible. But I kind of got upset when I was trying to explain the situation and let them know, hey, this is what's going on. And it seemed like they was trying to cut me off. And I feel like when you try to cut me off in the middle of my conversation, I can get real reckless with you. And yeah, so I still held my ground because I was in the right. Your equipment is some shit. So in part 2, I'm finna do some name dropping. because why not? Okay. I always try to protect people when I'm like telling my side of the story or putting a company out there that I used to work for. But now it's like it's time. So let's go all the way back to the week that all this stuff started crashing. Okay. So when it first crashed, let's see, I got everything on my phone, but when it first crashed, they sent me some more equipment. So after they sent me that equipment, I'll show you guys. Um and we got this all squared away, but for some reason they so let's see. So all of this happened on the 7th of September. Yeah, the 7th of September. So at 1:58 to 6 o'clock, my system had failed, and this is like the first time it failed. So I called IT and let them know. This is the same time when IT was trying to tell me that maybe the water or something that I have sitting on my desk. Now, mind you guys, I probably done showed this 1,000 times, but on my desk, I always drink out of insulated cup, something that doesn't sweat. If not, I would drink out of bottles. But when I drink out of bottles, the bottles are usually room temperature, so it doesn't sweat on the desk. So, Thursday on the 8th, my time thing looked it like this. It had pay system down, but this part right here, come on. This part right here was red. So I'm like, why is it red when I still don't have the equipment? I done showed you guys all of this in part 1. Now it done turned purple because I'm like, this is when we had the meeting and they had it taken away. And also on the 10th, I had the purple. And it's discretionary. And then Sunday the 11th was discretionary. And then Monday the 12th, this is when my system broke down again. So Monday the 12th, I called IT to let them know, hey, my system broke down again. I'm not sure what the issue is. So from 10:39 to 6 o'clock, they gave me paid system down. So this is when he was telling me to bring the electrician into my house. He was telling me to, all of this stuff he was telling me to do. I'm like, it can't be that. So I called the electrician to come out to my house again, and come to find out that it's not with the house, it's with the equipment. So they sent me another equipment. I get the equipment on the 15th. Okay, I get the equipment on the 15th, but then my manager emailed me and said, well, they got you scheduled to come in Wednesday at 2. I'm like, how can I come in at Wednesday at 2 when I don't have the equipment? So then moving along, they gave me, and this is how it was set up last time my equipment failed. Now you guys can see it. It was set up like this. Let me see, can I bring the light down a little bit so you guys can see it? So, oh yeah, you can see it now. This at the top is purple. The gray portion is lunch, and then the red portion is where I was supposed to come in at, but I had to call out because I didn't have the equipment, right? So Thursday came. I was off Thursday, Friday. It came, and I had went back to work Saturday, which is the 17th, which is this Saturday. I went to work, and I had in my mind like, okay, I'm finna go back to work this week, and then on this week, this is when I'm gonna get my stuff together. I'm gonna keep this job until I get me another job, or until I move to Texas, or until I get my own solo car. That's the whole mindset, because I did have it in my mind not to even show back up. So I'm working on working, and this all happened on Sunday. Today is Monday, so Sunday comes. I'm just cooling at work. We don't get many calls on Sunday, so I'm just vibing. Next thing I know, my system started glitching, and it started like doing this off and on situation. So I'm like, okay, and that's when I told my manager, hey, my system glitching again. Um, and I'm like, I noticed it when last time he did it, it was glitching. So I let it go. He let it go. He really didn't say contact IT or none of that. So I didn't think nothing else about it. So I'm coming from my second 15-minute break, and I noticed like my system is like slowly coming on. Like it really don't want to come on, but it's coming on because I was just sitting there waiting for it. So it took like a good 15 minutes to come on. And I'm like, okay, I did call the ITD and say, hey, it taking my system like super long to come on. Sometimes it takes simply 5 minutes, but today it's taking 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm not sure what it is. And then the systems that we're using, is like having a lot of glitches. So they gave me a number, a ticket number, and he said if it happened again, let them know. They didn't do anything. They didn't troubleshoot, none of that. So I wrote all this stuff down because I don't want them to blame me when the shit stops working. So Sunday evening come, I guess it want to work properly. So I get up this morning, getting ready for work, and I notice like the computer is not on, the box is not on. So what's the issue? So I call IT, and this is when the shit hits the fan. I call IT and I get her to a girl, a woman. She sound like a girl, but I'm gonna be respectful and call her a woman. Her name is Sarah. Sarah got on the phone, and she's from the attendance line. I didn't know, was I supposed to call her attendance line or IT, because I didn't know like what to do. So I called Sarah at the attendance line. She said, well, it seems like you to miss multiple days. And I'm like, I only missed multiple days because of equipment issues. And she said, if you miss again, then if you miss today and tomorrow, because it take 2 days, a day and a half for the equipment to make it to my house. So if I miss today and half tomorrow, then I'm gonna have the termination talk with my manager. So I'm thinking something's not adding up, because if you took the points away, I supposed to only have 5 points, no, 3 points. And I'm just sitting here thinking like something's not adding up. So that means you didn't take the points away if I'm missing. That don't make sense. So honestly, I hung up with her and I called IT. And I told IT that, hey, the equipment stopped again. Just send me labels. Anything you have where I can send this back. So, that what happened. After that, I inboxed my manager and I said, hey, the equipment or something is failing me again. Is there any way you could send me labels or something? Because the equipment is failing again. And he haven't inboxed me back, so I don't know what the issue is. So I don't know. I have been putting in a lot of job applications. I'm ready to work in the public. I've been getting these, so I feel like the reason why I've been getting it like this is because it's a sign for me to actually go back in and start back working from home. So yeah, let's see. Did I send it? Yeah, I had to. Yeah, I sent it. So it's crazy, but anyways, at this point, I know a lot of you guys have watched this show, watched the video from part 1, but honestly, I feel like it's the equipment. I do feel like that. I feel like they don't give you ample enough time to like let you know, hey, we'll send it this day. Even when I told them that the UPS people really haven't been dropping off my packages like that. I noticed like I ordered something from Amazon, it came through the UPS and it showed up at my house like that. So it has to be dish side. I don't know. All I know, the ball was dropped. I finna say the draws was dropped, but the ball was dropped on this one. I love the team that I was on, but IT and the attendance people over it. Let me know how you guys will handle this situation. Like I said, part one will be in the discussion description box, and yeah, that's the end of it.